You guessed, and it worked. So you got lucky. So that's why it's the lowest point value. Yeah, and the judges will determine what our path was. So it's all up to them. After every obstacle, there's a path, a plank, orange board in the water that will tell us where to go. Now, if you look on this one, you can see some of the loose dimensions right here. This is going to be a foot or two off the ground. You know, for some of this stuff, it's not meticulously detailed. They don't care. They just throw the orange board in the water, and that's good enough. So you can see the way the path is going to work out. The validation gate is going to be about right here. We'll pass through that, go to the first event, and then there's two planks where we have to choose what obstacle we're going to next. And after the first one, the gate, there's always a choice. So you have to make a decision of where you're going to go. And they have point values. Every time you follow the path correctly, you get some points. Okay, so the very first event after you go past the gate, follow that path, are some buoys. Now, at this previous year, in 2013, it was the first time they had buoys that changed colors. So there were LEDs in here, and they're flashing. The theme for the competition, which is going to come up a lot from this point on, was driving. So they called it License to Dive. That was their thing, because it was the 16th annual competition. So in America, at 16 years old, you get a driver's license. So they kind of went with that theme. So the buoys were flashing red, yellow, green. And in the morning, they told the teams what color they had to hit the buoys, because whenever you hit a buoy, it stays that color. Okay? So there were different point values for all of it. The one was red all the time. It had no light. So you had to hit them and make them all be a certain color to get max points. So if it was red, that's my example here. If they said in the morning, okay, bump all the buoys and make them red. So you have to go do that and you get 1,500 points. So the reason I'm talking about points is because we have to make a decision later, and that is what obstacles are we going to perform. I think we pretty much have it locked down already, but if anybody has some ideas of different combinations of events to help us win and make the engineering challenge as easy as possible, then. Okay, so the second event is a submerged gate. Now, because of the theme, they did a parallel parking thing. So your sub would have to, would come up to the gate, right? Comes up to the gate and then turns 90 degrees and then passes through the gate. That's the goal. Okay. Now there's different point values for where you enter in. So they had different depth levels for this, right? So if you are half above, half below, you lose points, basically. I think half below is worth more points. So this B situation. So you wouldn't necessarily always have to go through the gate parallel, but you're going to get more points if you do. And then the other thing is depth. Like where did you line the sub up with these two green floating pipes pass through the gate? So if you center it, you get the most points. If you center it and go parallel, you get the most points, and then everything else is a combination of that. The next thing, because of the theme, was they call this the speed trap. So what these are they're bins on the bottom of the pool, and there's 4 of them, and you have to drop marker weights into them. So the morning of the sub competition, they'll tell us which one is the primary target and which one's the secondary target. And then from there, we have to try and drop it in that order. If you get it into one accidentally, say 98 was the primary and 16, because this one's upside down, they did this at the last minute. I'll get into that in a second. So if that's 98 is the primary target and 16 is the secondary target, if we accidentally got one in 37, we'll still get points. Okay, they're just not maxed. And also, they like screwing with the teams. They really love it. For this event, they sent out the picture with these two right side up. And they said, hey, everybody, do this, practice this, get this one right. And then at the competition, they flipped it upside down to really just screw with everyone's mind. Here are the different combinations of points. You have to get it. So you guys can check that out later. I'm going to post this online if you want more detail. And then the next obstacle is torpedo launching. So the morning of the competition, they'll tell us what color is the primary target, what color is the secondary target, and obviously the smaller hole will give us more points and the larger hole will be less points. But there's a whole bunch of different combinations of things that could happen, because we could just flat out miss and accidentally get it into another one. Hopefully that's not the case when we can aim this bad boy. Okay, so this is another thing where they messed with people. So I flipped this thing over just because that's what the picture has and I wanted to copy it. But on this obstacle, whenever they sent out the packet and said, hey guys, this is the final mission for your subs, this thing was the other way. So everyone had programmed their subs to go turn the steering wheel on the right and then go left to push the knob up and down. And so people had to, on the fly, change their code, get the sub thinking the right way. Also, a lot of the teams assumed that the shifter on the right-hand side would be down for them. It was just wherever, and you had to change the position. So this is a manipulation task. You have to, in previous years, in 2012, you didn't have to have any kind of claw or mechanism on the front to do the event. Like this one, there's two pipes sitting here, and they're on like a little stick. So you slide the pipe over the stick. And your sub has to come in here and knock the pipes off, and then come down and knock the pipe off. Again, they did the same thing. I flipped this one upside down to make it look like what it was actually at the event. But whenever they set it out, it was turned to the right. So they were messing with people. There's point values for that. For this one, you had to turn the steering wheel 360 degrees. And if you only got it, like, say, halfway, then you'd only get half the points because it's prorated. So there's a multiplier there. So if you turn it 180 degrees, you get 1,000 points. They're kind of fair about giving out points. This is the next obstacle. It's really difficult. There's many parts. Okay, so there's a pinger. There's two pingers because there's two of these things in the pool. Okay, one of them is sending out the incorrect signal, and one of them is sending out the correct signal. So what we have to do is take the sub, find the correct pinger. This would have to be done with hydrophones, which we're probably not going to do this, so I'm just going to skim through it real quickly. You pick up the box that's on top of the right pinger, you surface into the correct halo. There's two halos on the surface of the water. All sorts of stuff going on here. And then so we just surfaced, we're up above this one. You bring the box back down and put it on top of the incorrect pinger. So you got the box from there, surfaced, dropped it on top of this structure. That's how you get full points. And there's all sorts of stuff there. So that's the competition, basically. Those are the obstacles. There's more things we have to think about. We have to keep our sub within a certain weight. If we go over 125 pounds, we're automatically disqualified. If we're between 125 and 84 pounds, we get a penalty, lose points. If we are between 84 and 40, well, if we're less than 84 pounds, you get some type of a bonus. You get more of a bonus the lighter you are, basically. And then there's two other things to consider whenever we're building this sub. The markers that we drop into the bins, the speed trap, they have to be a certain weight, and we only get two of them. Each must weigh no more than 2 pounds. So our weights that we're dropping have to be less than 2 pounds, and there's certain dimensions we have to follow too. Same thing for the torpedoes. They have their own. If we go over that weight, we lose points. If our marker or torpedo hits someone and injures them, we lose points. we have to keep the speed that the torpedo is fired at less than what would bruise someone. So the diver's safety is in mind. One other constraint is we have to have a kill switch on the outside of the hull, so the divers can kill our bot at any time if it starts doing something stupid. Over the summer, a lot of us did some prototyping. We did a lot of work. We had a lot of meetings, and I'm sure you guys that were with us are sick of seeing my face. We worked on the thruster feasibility study and the hydrophone. The thruster feasibility study was taking a bilge pump and converting it into a thruster. There was also some circuit board design there for motor control. And that's ongoing. There's a video that we just posted this weekend about the circuit board and some testing that was done. The hydrophone is it's a water-fearing submarine. So that's where the name comes from. And obviously it's a trash can with a little gun strapped on the side. Like this thing's not going in the water. So this is the thruster feasibility study. This is the board that they worked on. We have this in real life now. I just didn't update the picture. This is the original prototype board. It looks gross because it was. And these are the thrusters that we have. We'll be using on the sub. That's an old circuit, but fill in the slide. For computer engineering, which falls under the electrical engineering team as of right now, we're using the STM F0 discovery board. And it's a microcontroller in the middle there, and there's a bunch of GPIO pins. Actually, that's the F4 right there. So it has more GPIO pins than the other ones. For image processing and just the onboard computer, we use Raspberry Pi, which was great because it was cheap, but it's terrible at image processing. So we're going to be upgrading really soon. I don't know to what yet, but something from Intel, because Intel's helping us out. They're going to let us sample boards, so it'll have an Intel processor which we use for OpenCV.
I think Arduino has, well, the company I work for, we have a camera that's called PX4. They have, I know our engineers have been using it to control like landing of our drones, just by looking at the ground. So I know they have good image processing, and you might want to look into PX4.
PX4? Okay.
PX4 autopilot.
Is that just a camera module?
There's a lot of things on there. There's the PX4 autopilot for missions, and there's a camera. It has like a lot of components you can integrate into it.
Okay.
So it's kind of like there's like a main board, like the Arduino board, and like you put like.
Yeah, we'll look into it. And we'll talk about it after I get through this. Another part of the electrical engineering team is the control systems team. They're doing the sensors mostly. And basically everybody on the electrical engineering team works closely together, even though there's subgroups that are within the team. So they're going to be dealing with the INU, which it has an accelerometer, gyroscope, magnetometer on board. That's going to tell us our positioning in space. And the pressure sensor there on the bottom will tell us our depth. We'll have some sonar capability on board, but it's going to be it's not going to be like painting a picture. It's going to be, hey, there's something in front of me type of thing. So that's what they're doing. For the mechanical engineering side, there's materials and structures. They're doing some modeling, 3D printing, and putting together the hull and frame for the sub. They'll also be working with Mike McRory in the future from Knuckle Dragger Design to use his CNC and water jet capabilities to design us a really cool hull. Weapons system falls under the mechanical engineering team. They'll be designing the torpedoes, the mechanism that's going to drop the weight. So this is kind of the one I just found on Google. This thing rotates back and forth in the middle with a servo, and it drops these balls so they fall into the baskets. And then maybe in the future, I don't think right now, a robotic claw to do some kind of manipulation task, like the steering wheel or picking the grapes. That's what those pipes were called in the competition. Because the theme at this past year was License to Drive, and the other one before that it was like Caesar's Palace or something. There's always a theme. It's kind of weird. I think before that it was like Valentine's Day and like Halloween. And you can deck your sub up like however you want to try and go with the theme, but it's not practical. I don't know if you can do it. Okay. For the computer science side of the house, we